Hello, superstar traders. Welcome back to the EQ Markets Global YouTube channel. And this is 𝗟𝗏𝗘 Head Market Analyst for EQ Markets Global. And I'm super delighted again to share today with you one more time. All right, without wasting any further ado, let's jump into checking what we have for this week, especially the high impact expected news. All right, so Monday we have a bank holiday to be observed in Canada. So except that there is no high impact expected news coming out on Monday, which is today. And on Tuesday, of course, all eyes will be on USD CPI data. Okay. All eyes is going to be mostly on USD CPI data, right? So we want to know the consumer price index, and let's see if the US economy is done fighting inflation, or if the US economy is still fighting inflation. Right? We will be seeing such kind of data from the CPI, all right, from the CPI data. Okay, so while we put our eyes and look at 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time for the CPI data, as well on Wednesday, we're going to also be expecting some PPI data, core retail sales, manufacturing index, and many more news coming out by same 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday. But not to also forget, there will be other high impact expected news coming out from Aussie and also China and also Great Britain. All right, CPI data for the Great Britain. CPI data for the Great Britain, right? That's this for the Great Britain. And then, of course, industrial production year on year for Chinese economy, and also wage price index quarter on quarter for the Aussie, right? So that's what we will be expecting. But most likely, all eyes will be on USD data, right? All eyes will be on USD data. That does not mean the other ones are not important. Of course, every one of them are important. And then on Thursday, we will be expecting the unemployment change from coming out from the Aussie. But that would most likely happen before some of us will be awaking from bed. Okay. That will be happening 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time. But by 2:30 p.m., we will also be seeing those who are claiming that they don't have jobs. That's unemployment claims data coming out by 2:30 p.m. On Thursday. And then lastly on Friday, we're going to 8 a.m. we're going to be seeing the retail sales month on month for the Great Britain pound. I think these are just the few high impact expected news, and of course holidays that we will be expecting coming out for this week trading. Okay, so basically we look at the CPI data for Tuesday 2:30 p.m. We also look at all the 2:30 p.m. news and data for Wednesday. We again look at the 2:30 p.m. news for Thursday, and lastly on Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are critical days that we need to be looking at 2:30 p.m. All right, so let's quickly come over to our chart and let's look at the dollar index. For those of you that follow my analysis last week, I told you what the dollar specifically was going to be doing, right? I told you that the dollar was going to find the support around here, bounce off. This was exact same zone I marked for you that I was expecting the dollar to come into, and from this zone begins to fall to the downside, right? But then apparently price did not really get to that zone before it starts to fall. But I am still hoping that price will definitely get to the zone. Okay, I'm still hoping that price will definitely get back to that zone before falling off. Why? Because of course there is the valid order block here. Right after this other block, then we have the massive imbalance that came after it, so making the other block word valid. All right, so let me see on the daily time frame as well if I can find anything. All right, so yes, that's what I could find on the 4 hourly time frame. But don't forget as well on the 4 hourly time frame, all right, there was a break of structure, okay, a breakout from this trend line. Price has always respected this trend line, then broke out from this trend line, came back reversed, and then finally caused a change of character, like you can see here, right? Finally caused a change of character, and then of course, what else? After change of character, we expected a retracement, okay, and of course, using the Fibonacci retracement tool, we can be able to find the depth of retracement, at least retracements coming into the 61.8, between the 50 to the 61.8 wouldn't be bad, but it came touching 50 and then automatically begins to sell off. But since we have a valid order block here, I'm still of the opinion that price will most likely, right, price will most likely push and tap into this zone before falling all the way back. Right, so I'm still expecting a little bullish push on the dollar index. Okay, if I'm expecting a little bullish push on the dollar index rather, it simply means that for the USD quote pairs, we might be seeing some bearish movement before a big bullish movement will come, and for some of them we might just see only consolidations before a big bullish movement will come. Let me show you what I definitely mean by that. Okay, let's start with NZD/USD. Okay, so on NZD/USD, I'm already on this trade for a buy. So I'm hoping that this is one of such pairs where even if we see a bullish movement on USD, it's going to only be a consolidation on NZD/USD. Right, this is one of such scenario. Now I'm actually on this trade for a buy. Remember when I gave this analysis and I was telling you I was targeting 1:6.54, right? 1:6.54, but apparently it went up how many pips? Sorry, let's quickly check. It went up about 176 pips, about 178 pips before falling all the way to the downside, right? So that notwithstanding, we've already seen a complete change of character here, breaking this last character that was here, all right, this last swing high that was here, and of course falling back. So if we want to know the depth of retracement as well, it will be good for us to use our Fibonacci retracement tool. And of course, using our Fibonacci retracement tool, price fell into the 50 to 61.8% level, right? So those are critical areas that we want to be looking at, right? Price fell into that level. So of course, that becomes our point of interest around that zone, right? Aside that, that becomes our point of interest as well. You can see that this zone is a very significant zone. Why? Because here it has acted as support before, right? On several occasions, right? It has acted as support here, support again here, before we had this break, and then it became a resistance here. Can you see that? So again, it is this same zone. It hasn't changed. That is now acting again as what a support. So what am I going to be expecting? If I can find a confirmation around that zone, I'm going in for a buy, of which the confirmation is already here. So like I said, personally, I'm already on this trade NZD/USD for a buy, right? And of course, what's my confirmation? My confirmation is finding my commodity channel index on the 4-hourly time frame move above the negative 100 line, right? Giving me the proper confirmation for a buy. So that's why I took my trade. It's on a point of interest, which is more like a demand zone. And then, of course, I've got bullish confirmation. If you want to know and learn how I confirm my trades, I'm going to be having the link to that video, a very comprehensive a very comprehensive tutorial video on how you can also use the confirmation indicator called the CCI to confirm all of your trades, right? It's already on this YouTube, but I'm going to put it up as at the end of this video, so don't go anywhere, so you can see that video and also watch it, right? So yes, I'm already biased on NZD/USD, right? At worst, what we can see is confirmation, consolidations, rather. So I've already entered at the current market price, right? I'm expecting my stop loss to be as tight as possible, and then of course this time around, I'm expecting a more stretch, right? I'm expecting a more stretch to happen. So conservatively. I'm expecting a 1:7.1, all right, which is take profit at 0.60498, stop loss at 0.58657, right, and you're entering at the current market price. Okay, you're entering at the current market price. And of course, that's what I can see, and that's my bias on NZD/USD. Okay, so this we have already done, and let's watch how this plays out in the week. Okay, don't forget the parameters that I gave to you. Also, I could find a very good buy opportunity trying to form on the AUD USD. I've already got in some profits this morning I've gotten over 45 pip movement already this morning, right? Over 45 pip movement already this morning, because it was a sniper entry that was taken somewhere around here, as you can see, right? So this is about 42 pip movement, 40 plus pip movement this morning already done on AUD USD. But of course, I have the feeling, right? Okay, sorry, let me take this out. This was smashed, right? Um I have the feeling that AUD USD will be one of such pairs that the bullish movement on the dollar index is going to cause a bearish movement and not a consolidation. Yeah. So I had to close out my trade because I don't want to lose. I want to just take in some profits, you know. I want to just go up in some few profits already. All right. So I'm still buy biased on AUD USD. Of course, this is my point of interest because there is a valid order block and an imbalance after it, and then prices came back into that same zone there. And of course, we saw the massive rejection candle on the 4 hourly time frame. Yeah, you can see, right, massive rejection candle telling us that look, the bear power is gradually nosediving, right? And of course, the bulls are ready to take over. At the same time, we saw a bullish confirmation using our commodity channel index, telling us that the momentum of the buyers are already dying off. And of course, the momentum of the sellers, rather, are gradually dying off. And of course, the momentum of the buyers are playing out. So I'm still buy biased, okay, for anyone who was opportune to maybe catch the trade here or so. I'm still buy biased. My stop loss will be here, but of course, my take profit is all the way to the top. So this is presenting me with a nice risk to reward of 1:6.5. All right. So what are the parameters again on AUD USD? Final take profit is at 0.65224. And of course, our stop loss is at 0.63233. Entry is at current market price, or look for a retracement before you jump into that market. All right. So I've given you two assets, right? I want to just give you only five. All right. For gold, remember, I've already marked out my zones, and of course, until prices come properly into my zones, I'm not joking with my money, right? So the first zone I'm actually looking at is around this 1930 to about 1914 zone. All right, that's where I'm expecting gold to fall into before I can say that look, gold is going to continue to buy or gold is going to continue to sell. All right. So it's on that zone that I am currently looking at until gold comes properly into the zone, right? Look at this zone here, right? So until gold comes properly into that zone, I am not moving any, I'm not entering any of the trades, okay? But let's kind of like refine it a bit more. Okay, let's kind of like refine it a bit more. Okay, so this was on the daily time frame. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. So I am expecting still a little bearish movement on gold before a massive bullish push to the upside. And of course, this is my target, 1983. If it begins to bull, 1983 axis is my target. But of course, if this particular zone is invalidated, then the next stopover that I'm looking at is around the 1884 to 1867 axis. That's of course where I'm looking at gold probably coming into, right? That's where I'm looking at gold probably coming into, right? Around this axis, 1884 or 1886 to around 1867 axis. All right. So that's what I am possibly expecting. Gold coming to this level, and of course have the massive bullish push, or apparently it falls into this level, and from this level I have the massive bullish push. Whatever is the case, I need you to put your eyes on gold. I can't tell you buy now or sell now until we get a clear definition of its trend, okay, a clear move on gold. And then of course that's number three. Number four I want to give to you is US 30. All right. So US 30 apparently have broken a counter trend line. So of course I am, I would no longer be sell biased on this pair, okay, on US 30. But apparently some weeks back I did this analysis for you guys on US 30, right? That was like 2 weeks ago, and then we had prices come into our support area and massively rejected. For those of you that collected this money, I mean, it was one of the sweetest profits that we've made in very recent times, although not compared to last Friday's NFP, right? Or 2 Fridays ago NFP that we did. All right, so since prices have closed above this trend line, of course, that's more like a break of structure, right? So it simply means that prices will go further to go test the new points of interest that is above. And of course, that's the reason why I've marked out this new point of interest here. Of course, this new point of interest is also an auto block and a little imbalance after it. All right. So I am of the opinion that US 30 will most likely continue its bullish rally up until 34641 to around 34787. Right. It is at that zone that we would know if we're expecting a bearish retracement or it's most likely going to continue. But for now, US 30, I am buy bias on US 30. All right. That's four now. And the last but not the least is CAD CHF. Now, if I did not talk about GBP USD, I did not talk about Euro USD, does not mean that those trades are not valid. Okay. No, 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 no. Please. If I did not talk about them, please put your eyes on it, right? I'm still buy biased on Euro USD. I am buy biased on GBP USD, but I need to get the proper confirmation. I need to get the zones that I personally am looking at before I will be jumping into those markets, right? So where's GBP USD? Just give me a second. Let's see GBP USD. So you can see on GBP USD as well, right? Of course, we've had a massive bullish push. Just a second. So yeah, we've had a massive bullish push, and of course, this is what was expected. But I'm still of the opinion that most likely, the bullish push on the dollar index is going to cause more bearish movements on GBP USD. It's one of those pairs that I might most likely be expecting a bearish push. So I'm just being careful with them, right? I'm just be careful with them so that you don't get trapped. So for those of you that are on our mentorship platform, those of you that are on our signal group, right? I am going to be dropping these assets as they fully form, all right, and be ready to be traded. I'll be dropping them for you. And those of you that are here to join our platform, yeah, you can simply do that by checking the description on this video and then go to our website, create an account, okay? And someone is going to contact you, just get the account verified, get the account from there for trading, and that's all. You'll not be required to pay a dime to be part of our amazing community, right? So the last but not the least I want to give to you in this video is card CHF, all right? Card CHF, where it said I would have really loved to talk about card JPY and also AUD JPY, but time will not permit me. So let me look for just card CHF, and of course, yeah, here you go. Yes, so I again buy bias. I'm already on this trade. Okay, I'm already on this trade on card CHF. I'm already on card CHF trade, and of course I am buy bias. I see a lot of bullish momentum, a lot of bullish pressure on card CHF, and of course if I'm looking at it right, and I'm asking myself where exactly is card CHF coming into? This is my 4 hourly point of interest, right? This is my 4 hour point of interest. This is my 4 hour point of interest. And so, of course, I was expecting that when it started this bullish rally here, all right, it was going to come into the 4 hourly point of interest. But apparently, no, it did not before breaking down. But one thing that I could see here was that it broke structure, all right? It cleared out all the liquidity that were here. And then, of course, moved the move, came back again, retested, and then now finally give this proper retest. So I personally have taken this trade somewhere around this level, and this morning as well, once I saw it, I have taken the trade somewhere around this level here. So I'm up with some peeps already. Okay, I'm up with some pips already on CAT CHF, and of course, that's why I wanted to share that with you as well. Okay, so I am buy biased on CAT CHF, right? You can also enter if you find this video very early enough, right? I'm also buy biased on CAT CHF, and of course, I'm expecting prices to make its way to this point here. All right, so this will present me apparently 1:4.52 risks to reward, right? So stop loss is going to be somewhere around 0.65153, and take profit is going to be around 0.66136, right? So I've given you 5 assets, right? I talked about NZD/USD, AUD/USD, I talked about gold, I talked about US 30, and as well now I've given you cards CHF, right? So that's 5. I wish you a profitable week. I wish you um I wish you an amazing week full of peeps. And then don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please do subscribe, right? And also click on the notification bell, put it at all so you get notified every single time I put out educative, informative, and profiting content on this YouTube channel. As well, recommend this channel to your friends, your family, your loved ones, and your community. But last but not the least is, please don't forget to sign up an account and trade with equity, the #1 renowned broker, as I speak to you right now. Until we meet again on the mentorship group where we take more signals and also get clarified on all of the assets that are not mentioned here, buy and trade safe for now. Thank you.